So I'm sure you guys have heard about that app called T, which was created by this dude who I guess didn't like the fact that his mother kept matching up with criminals on dating apps, so he wanted to create an app for women to be more safe. But when you look under the hood, all it actually is an app for women to scorn men, putting up their dating profiles and making fun of how tiny their meat is, or calling these men bad people, and just generally making fun of them for a variety of reasons. Now, it would look like this app T had some developers from Fiverr code this thing, because it had literally no security protocol. Because recently, a lot of user data was leaked, all of the users' faces and their IDs if they did upload a photo of their driver's license. So all of these women that are using the app, they have to upload selfies because it's a woman-only app, so they confirm whether or not you're female by using a selfie that you upload. And it seems like a lot of people also uploaded their driver's license. But all of this information was stored into a public database where people were able to extract all of this info and leak it all over the internet. And if you search up T on Twitter, you can probably find a lot of users' faces all over the place. This pretty much sums it up. Calling the T hack a hack is honestly a stretch. They put everything in a publicly accessible database, not in the they didn't encrypt sense, in the literally publicly accessible URL sense. The hack is downloading the JPG files from a publicly accessible URL. To have this little security, you would have to actually fight the default platform behavior. By default, Firebase buckets are locked. You'd have to very intentionally set it to public, and it will scream at you and warn you endlessly when you try to do so. So if I had to guess, this entire app T was just vibe coded. Hey ChatGPT, create a startup for me that'll generate millions of dollars. Don't make mistakes. And this is what they got. So someone left a free sample sign on their data warehouse and we're calling it a cyber heist now? This isn't even forgetting to lock the door, this is taking everything and leaving it outside and going home for the weekend. And of course, women who signed up for the woman-only app where they make fun of men's dating profiles and talk about how terrible men are very upset when their own selfies and IDs are doxed and people are making fun of how they look. A lot of the members of this T app look like Blastoids. And there are some people seething on Reddit, of course. This post here says the absolute irony of women complaining about their T-app photos being made fun of after the app got hacked. And the Reddit post from this subreddit, Corn is Misogyny, says men are posting pictures of women from T-app and I'm losing my mind. T-app got hacked and they are posting the selfies of women making fun of them. I feel sick. Women can't do anything to have comfort. I want to stay far, far away from men for the rest of my life now. It's literally an app so people don't date felons. What the actual F is wrong with people? Call me crazy here, but I don't think that you need an app to make sure that people aren't dating felons. Maybe you should be able to figure out whether or not someone's a felon on your own, like, by looking up their name, besides the fact that you can look up someone's name in a criminal directory to see whether or not they're a felon. It also gives credence to the idea that apps like this are necessary because men are just these predatory, evil people who are just very likely to do bad things to all of these women. And I think that mindset is so insufferable because everybody involved knows that it's not true. None of these women are actually going out of their way to put themselves in danger, dating even if it means getting attacked by a felon or assaulted in any capacity by these men. They're just bitter, old, and unattractive, a lot of them built like Bowser, and when they don't like a man for any reason, they want to come to this app T to gossip about them, call them names like incel and everything like that. I don't know if there's anybody actually being kept safe by this app. Well, I guess obviously not, since their private information like their driver's license and all of their selfies have been leaked. But this whole debacle also gave us an insightful message from one of the greatest minds on Twitter. You guys hacked the T app, but won't hack to erase credit card debt or to release the Epstein files. Yes, there are really people this stupid. Real people who live in the same world as us. This is their level of intellect. And they can say stuff like this and get over 100,000 likes. And some people will say botted likes to that, but no, I just think that there's that many dumb people on Twitter and that this really isn't surprising, but it should be. How stupid are you? It wasn't encrypted, no hacking necessary, the data was public to begin with. This dude wants miracles for the greatest state secrets. Hack to erase credit card debt. Yeah, that's also a great part of the tweet. He wants people to hack into the mainframe to get rid of credit card debt that people haven't paid, that they got themselves into. Yeah, that $4,000 on your credit card balance, just inspect Element and erase that and then put 0. Like, how do these people actually get by in life being this dumb? So then he would respond to his own tweet saying, I noticed it's just men getting upset at this banter tweet. The US government has been hacked before, so to think no one can do it is dumb. I can't even be bothered to take people like this seriously, but it really is insane how they manage to get hundreds of thousands of likes by displaying to the world that their brain has no wrinkles in it and they have one brain cell bouncing around like an old Windows screensaver, and still managing to get a worrying amount of likes, over 100,000 likes for this guy, having a take that doesn't make any sense because he has no understanding of computers, and in his mind hacking is just magic and people should be able to do anything, but they just choose not to because they're corrupt. If you felt like you lost a few brain cells reading these tweets, me too. Welcome to Twitter.